Hey everybody, sorry. Just give me one more second. Hi. Sorry. Want to let the room load for a second. I've actually got like 2 hours of sleep, so I didn't really have much to go on up until about like an hour ago. So I do have some type of good news. So where do I start? Let's see. 5:30 in the morning. I was still up because I've been keeping my phone next to me in case I hear anything, whatever. And Juliana from the show, if you remember Juliana from season 6, she was on with Michael. Now she's happily married with Ben, but that's besides the point. She reached out to me because she's familiar with the area where this is all taking place. So actually, I was talking to Juliana and Carmen, and I'm really grateful for Larissa, Carmen, and Juliana for going out of their way to help me with this. So Juliana had reached out to me and asked, what she can do to help. She knows the area very well. And I was like, well, can you call the hotel? We seen, Larissa called. She had no luck. I called. I had no luck. Paul's mom called. She had no luck. So Juliana got through. And what Juliana told me was that she called, she spoke to them, and they said that Paul was never there. And that she also told me that that's a very expensive hotel, like a 4-star hotel. And she doubted that Paul would, be staying there for an extended period of time. Like not many people can afford to, not that he's at the Four Seasons, but as an analogy, not many people can afford to stay at the Four Seasons or, whatever for a while. So that was like another dead end. I'm like, great. So now here we are back at the chopping block. At the same time, Carmen was texting me, and I also wanted to thank Juliana because she's in vacation in Paris right now, Paris and London, and she took the time out of her vacation to do this for me, and I'm just really blown away by how great the cast has been. That's why I love this show because they're really good people. Can't say so much for the new ones now, but I like my old timers. Angela, was asking how she can help and, using her platform to see if we could figure things out because with the language barrier, it's just impossible. So then at the same time, Carmen had sent me a video, which I just posted on IG, of this guy who looks just like Paul doing some Amazon ritual. And I mean, I watched that video like 50 times and I was almost convinced that it was him because, it said some white guy, some white blogger guy was here trying to do ritual and they were kind of laughing at him because he ended up being in the hospital. And then, I was like, can you find anything else out because it's all in Portuguese. So then Carmen found the article that went along with it. Thank you, Lisa. Carmen found the article, and I mean the guy looks like Paul's cousin or Paul's brother. So I just posted that because I know that was making waves that people were posting this saying, oh, it's all a stunt, which it still very well could be. But Paul's fine. He was stupid because, Paul did some rituals with indigenous tribes there last year, I want to say. So trust me, I wanted to believe that he just did something stupid and then he's in the hospital. Maybe he was hiding from it. I don't know. But that's clearly not Paul. And even if you can't read Portuguese like I can't, you could look at the face and it's not him. My train of thought. Hold on. So that was 5:30 in the morning. So then I was up till about 7:30 in the morning, and I kind of woke up again at 2 after not sleeping for 2.5 days. So I got right back on it when I woke up, and I talked to Paul's mom. Well, let me say this. I was looking at Karini's stories, and she's saying that she didn't have an update. I do have some sort of good news, and I'll get to it. I know no one has heard from Paul. It's still no one has heard from him. But I was looking at Karini's stories. Let me see here. Oh, shoot, let me turn my volume down. So Karini said 6 hours ago that she doesn't have an update on Paul. The girls he was with in Brazil, to my understanding, are going to look for him today on a boat. Yesterday, they went to a place he is renting and hotels that he was known to use. So she tags this Isa person in the story. Then she posts next that a conversation she had with Paul's mom. And I'm just going to be blunt as a spoon here. You know, she's talking about teaching Ethan to potty train. I mean, okay, yeah, but it doesn't seem like she's that interested in this. You know, and let's not forget, this all wouldn't have started if Karini didn't post 2 days ago that Paul was missing and talked about him in past tense as if he was gone, posting life insurance stuff, whatever. Like, you know, when Karini first posted on Thursday that he went missing, people were telling me Paul's missing. I'm like, whatever. You know, I'm like, because I didn't put much thought into that. I'm like, oh, just another, you know, just another thing, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. So, but then, like, you know, when she was posting life insurance and then talking about him in past tense, and then I got worried because, you know, but this is all of this has started because of what Karini posted. And now it's like Karini could care less. And, you know, I'm trying to cover all angles because I get people's trepidation when trying to figure out if this is legit or not. You know, exactly, Denise. She shows no emotions with him missing, especially in, you know, so he was missing. Post some life insurance stuff. Also, at the same time, posting that you're pregnant, eating sushi, walking at Kroger's. But now you just, you know, and anybody who asks you for help, you're just like, I don't have any updates. You know, I got other things to do, which, and I'm, you know, I'm trying to be, I don't know. So I just don't like it. And when you act like this, it gives more people a reason, because now I'm starting to doubt everything again. You know, why don't you care? I get that you and him are apart, you're estranged, blah, 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 but you're the one who ran with this. You put this in all our heads, making people worry. But now it's like you have other things to do. Like, leave me alone. Like, you know, that's how she's coming off now. So I just had to say that. Also, I know she tagged Paul's mom in her story. Like, don't do that. And guys, please don't try to follow Paul's mom or her. I've been saying that since day one. This poor woman is going through enough. I don't know why Karine tagged her in her story. It just seemed like she was trying to lob it. To me, like Karine is trying to lob. Oh, I don't have any information, but here I'll tag Paul's mom. And you bother her. And I don't have any information, but go tag Issa and bother her. And I don't have any information and tag me and go bother him. But you're the one who started this. And it's like, it's getting annoying. So please don't try to friend request Paul's mom or, I don't even follow Paul's mom on IG. Like, and I know people, there's just no need. She's barely on social media and she's going through a lot right now. So just leave her alone. Please. I know people want to, listen, I'm a gossip blogger, right? Everybody wants to be nosy and see if they can find out more information. But if I'm not following Paul's mom, nobody else needs to be following her either, pretty much. So, next, I did finally talk to Issa, but again, there's a language barrier. And I told Issa that, my friend Juliana had reached the hotel and that Paul wasn't there or was never there. And she replies to me, and again, I know she doesn't speak English. She goes, Paul is not living there. And I said to her, I said that, Juliana said it was very expensive. Did he ever stay there? So Issa writes back, Paul is living in another place, but we went there and nothing from him. So I've said, so you've had no luck just like the rest of us. I go, did you go to the police yet? And then she wrote in Portuguese, and I had to translate it. She goes that she was going with a friend. And I said, well, can you let me know? And I said, which police are you going to? So, and now that was the last correspondence I had with her was 4:15, and it's 10 to 6 right now. So almost like an hour and a half ago. So there's that. Now, as soon as I woke up, I called Paul's mom to see if there was anything going on. So the second that I called her, she kind of picked up, but you could tell that she was on the phone with somebody else. So she picked up just to pick me up, so she would grab my call. And the good news here is that because I see a lot of the comments on IG, and I understand everybody being skeptical. Believe me, I do. I mean, I felt the same way. So, but the Brazilian embassy, or the American embassy in Brazil, I should say, I heard her talking to somebody. She finally got through to the embassy in Brazil. And I heard her on the phone with this guy. And he's on it now. So at least there's someone in Brazil working on this now. And listen, if this is a hoax, if this is a ruse, if this is whatever, Paul's going to be found. And Paul's mom told me that she gave the, I don't want to say ambassador, diplomat, the guy at the embassy, all the information that she had from Paul, all the last text messages, She also gave the guy all of, she gave Paul, she gave the man, the agent, let's call him the agent. She gave the agent Karini's information. She gave the agent Isa's information, all, everyone close to Paul down there, and the maps of where his pings are, his last known locations, and everything else. So this guy is on it now. And now, he's on it. His mom doesn't have to worry about a language barrier. And this guy can take all the appropriate measures that he needs to, instead of his mom sitting here in Kentucky and not really being able to do anything. So there's somebody at the embassy who's on this after this time. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So, thankfully now there's some type of official who is looking into this. And I still hope to God that this isn't fake. But he's going to be found one way or the other. And, last night we talked about that island he was on, and it's dangerous there. Somehow he got to the island by boat, but then he needed a boat back. I mean, I don't know. But that's where we stand right now. So the embassy has all of the contacts, and Karini's contact, everybody. So I don't know if this Isa girl is going to still go to the police. I would just leave it in the embassy's hands at this point, because they have authority there. And that's it. I don't know what to say. But that's the good news. And, I want to thank all the publications for writing about this, because it's, they're really putting the word out there. Hopefully, if someone's seen him, I mean, I don't know if they're going to, if people are reading Page 6 on this remote island off in the middle of a river in Manaus. I don't know, but Manaus is a pretty big city in Brazil. So hopefully someone finds them. I just don't like, and again, I don't like Karini's take on it. It just seems to me she put us all in a situation with it, breaking the news, and then she just, her cousin wrote something. Oh wait, where was that? That Adil guy, her cousin that used to write for her, writes on his story, I sincerely hope this isn't a very bad joke on Paul's part, because if it is, this is already going too far. But Karini was the one that broke the news. It's and this is Karini's cousin, who also lives in Brazil. I didn't see Paul breaking the news that he was missing, or possibly not with us anymore. It's on Karini. So when I see like a post like this from Karini's cousin, I sincerely hope this is a very bad joke on Paul's part, because if it is, it's already going too far. Well, shouldn't you be directing that at Karini? Am I wrong? And then her cousin, the guy there, is posting like, his views on his story and saying all this for a disappearance. Hold on, I'm just trying to read something I just got in. Hold on. It just doesn't make sense to me. It seems, if I'm looking at this for two eyes and a brain, it seems like they're trying to push, Karina's own cousin saying, well, if this is a joke on Paul's part, it's too far. And Karina's saying, well, I don't have any updates, so don't bother me, bother everybody else. And she's tagging everybody else. And then Karina's also posting, advertisements to her OnlyFans, talking about potty training, talking about her being pregnant, talking about sushi she's eating and shoes she got, and all while after the fact that you posted that your husband's missing and possibly gone. So, in the spirit of fairness, I had to say that. I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, I have Juliana helping, Larissa, Carmen, anybody Angela. What is, and this is again a holiday weekend, right? It's the last weekend of summer, at least in the north. And I think we all have better things to do, right? But at the end of the day, I'm still going to believe right now that this is legit. Because if Paul really wasn't hiding or making this up, he knows the gravity of this story now. He knows how upset his mom is. He knows what me and his mom have been like a team since Thursday. He knows the articles that are being written on it. He knows that the embassy is involved and they're actively looking. So I still believe that this is legit. And whether it is or it isn't, hopefully he'll be found soon. I have no idea what's on that island. From what I was told by Paul's friends that live in the area, it's a very dangerous island. I tried to like enlarge it on my maps. There's like nothing. It doesn't show anything there. And that boats don't go to it. I mean, you could see ferry lines around it, but there's no ferry line to that island. They all go around it. So I don't know. I don't know how he got to the island. I don't know how he got stuck there. I don't know why he couldn't leave it. But from what a lot of locals are saying, because I've been talking to a lot of people from that area as well, that's an island you don't want to go to. And like I was saying last night, that would coincide with him saying to his mother on those texts that I posted that, he was in trouble. He did something bad. Please get me off. Because if it's reading those texts, you could tell that there was fear in Paul's voice. You got to get me out of here. And again, we also found out last night that not only did he text his mom that, but he texted his other friend who's there looking for help to get off there. I don't know. I'm trying to piece it together just like everybody else is. Yeah, so the embassy is now involved. So sooner or later, preferably sooner, we're going to find some information out. And the embassy also has Carini's number, his closest friends in Brazil's number, his passport information, his name, his birthday, all of it. They have all of it. So thankfully now it's in their hands. Any other questions? And again, please don't bother Paul's mom. That poor woman's going through enough. Again, I understand everyone's, everyone thinking that this could be a stunt. I thought it at first too. And Carini's flippy floppiness of her handling of this makes me raise an eyebrow because she started it. But still, I'm going to believe, for now, that this is still legit. And, he'll be found. That island looks remote. I don't, I can't find anything out about it. I don't even know if there's anything on it. And also, thank you, Wicked. Still, Carini hasn't answered why she posted that he was not here anymore. I mean, first missing and then gone. So again, I don't want to blast Carini. It's not my intention. I'm just saying her handling of the situation is not great at all. She brought this into light, and now everybody else who's in Paul's circle has to deal with it and not her. Thank you, Lisa. But the good news is that the embassy's involved. So that's the real takeaway here. And hopefully soon we'll have answers. And, if Paul catches wind, if this is all a stage or whatever, and Paul catches wind that, now are they going to be Brazilian authorities, American authorities working in Brazil? I don't know how that works. But once he finds out that people are looking for him down there, if this is something that's not kosher, then I'm sure he'll resurface. I have no idea what he does to make money there, Lisa. All he told, I don't want to ask questions, honestly. But he told me that he makes a considerably more money there than he does here. The island's name is Ila. Hold on, I'll put it in the chat. I-L Kennedy Holmes. That's the island. Well, I know that she talked to the American consulate embassy in Brazil. So there's somebody in Brazil, an American in Brazil working on this, I should say. Pineapple, thanks. I hope if Karini is involved, she gets what's coming. Paul is no saint, but he doesn't deserve this. And most importantly, his mom doesn't deserve this. Maybe we could speculate and say that maybe one of his friends, Isa, or the other one who didn't want to be named, reached out to Karini saying that Paul sent them this message, just like Paul sent his mom the same message, kind of. And maybe Karini just decided, I'm going to post this and run with it, because it's weird, again, that she's posting pregnancy shots, advertising OnlyFans, or the unfiltered one, Stephanie's thing, whatever. Still something that's inappropriate to advertise when your husband's missing, according to her, and possibly not alive. So, and maybe Karini thought she'd get some traction. But again, I don't want to speculate. I just think her behavior and her actions are way less than stellar. And I don't like the fact that Karini's cousins are saying, Paul, is this a joke? If it is, you're too far. Well, then you should be pointing your finger at your cousin and not Paul. And I hate all of this, honestly, I do, because, with all the stuff that's gone on this week with, the Josh Cedar stuff and Karini and Paul's very public toxic relationship that we've seen not only on TV for 7 years, but on Instagram, and the fights they had on Instagram, this, that, and the other. It would be sane of you to question and doubt this. And then, but I'm going to believe that there's something wrong here still and stand by it. And the sad part is that you lose that because of all this stuff that's happened on social media with them and Josh and whatever. And, I wouldn't be working with Paul's mom and the Brazilian cast and his friends 24/7 if I wasn't worried. Because he's my buddy. And I love him. I love Paul. So it's a hard pill to swallow. I get it. Oh, about the dad who's a cop. Yeah. I don't know if he's still a cop, but he's a cop very remotely. Like, you have to take like the 5-day boat ride to get there. And I doubt that her dad, especially seeing how Karini's acting and handling this, I doubt that Karini's dad's going to give Karini's dad's going to care. And I think I'm pretty sure he's retired. So if Karini's handling this the way she's handling it, you think that her dad, who's in a very remote part of Brazil, not close to that area at all, is going to care? Here for it says there's a housing project. I saw that thing, but I didn't know if it was legit or not. When I Googled it, I saw that too, here for it. And but I didn't see any roads or anything. So I guess there's a housing project there. I get, I saw that too. So what here for it's saying is right. I don't know if it's still there. It's, again, this island's dangerous. Nobody wants to go there. Boats don't go there. So oh, absolutely, Teresa. Because there are a lot of people worried. You know, Juliana is in vacation in London and Paris right now, and she's taking the time on her vacation. She just got married to help out. There's a lot of people who are spending a lot of time on this because everyone's worried. But Paul knows if Paul's secretly watching somewhere, I know Paul would be thinking, okay, this has gone too far. I better come out and say something. My thought, anyway. I know him pretty well. Paulette says the island is densely populated with venomous snakes. Government advises a doctor with you to go with you or your group if you go. It has no see like that's why it's hard to get information when you're talking about some remote island off in the middle of the river in Manaus. So I don't know. Wait. Hold on. I don't think it's a joke. That's why I'm still and like listen, if it is, I have called Paul out a million times in the past, and I'll be first in line to do it. But I want to say that this is legit, and until something else comes out, which will make me think otherwise, we're just gonna go with this is still a missing person in my eyes, anyways. So. I don't know. Just checking everything one more time before I get off here to see if there's anything else I need to say. Well, listen, Pineapple, I would hope that he respects me, but I know that he loves his mother. I yell at him all the time. You could ask his mom. Well, don't ask her. Don't bother her. But I'm like, Paul, your mother can't go through this. Don't, when he's pulling stunts online, I'm like, Paul, your poor mother. You're going to put her in an early grave if you keep doing this. Thank you, Paige. So I don't think Paul understands how other people are affected by some of his actions or Karina's actions or whatever. I don't think he intentionally tries to I don't want to say hurt, but hurt for lack of a better word, people. And again, I think that this is still legit. I think he's lost. Especially if he's on this island with no housing or derelict housing or snakes. And if he was last at that location on that island, couldn't get a boat, has no way to charge his phone, that's the only thing that makes sense in my head that I said last night on the evening recap, the evening update. So, I don't know. And I don't want to sit here and speculate more because I don't think that's helping anything, to be honest with you. The takeaway of this should be that at least the embassy, the American embassy in Brazil, is aware and they're on the case. They have all Paul's contacts, whether they're here or they're in Manaus. And, there's government officials now working on trying to figure out where he is and if he's okay. That should be the good news. Because it's been more than 48 hours now, and he's officially a missing person. MTT, yeah. I was on the phone with Paul. Let me see when that phone call ended. Let's see. I would 4:09. I talked to her. So 4:30, and then when she called me back, she said that she talked to him. The guy's on it. He has all the information, and he's gonna start digging. So I would say that starting now, there are boots on the ground. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how fast the process is. I don't know if it's like helicopters and, search parties or what, but at least the ball started rolling. And there's some type of government agency that's looking for him. So that's the best I can give to you right now. Yeah, and I again, I don't know what to tell you on that. And she hasn't even answered why she said it in past tense, but whatever. I don't know. Exactly. So that's it. I'm going to end this. And again, as soon as I find anything else out, I'll let you guys know. And that's it. That's all I got. And also I should say that Paul, his Portuguese is awful. Karini's English is way better than Paul's Portuguese. His Portuguese is, I probably speak better Portuguese than him, and I never spoke a lick of it before. So that's worth mentioning. He still does the translators and all that stuff. I'm sure we can get through basic, like, where's the bathroom type of like sentences, but not enough if there's like, and if he has no phone that he can't translate, then that's also something to chew on. So thank you for saying that because I wanted to say and I forgot. But yeah. This is the island that he's on. Legend has it he's called. Maybe he went there to fall. I don't know. Let's just hope he's okay. And don't forget it's Labor Day weekend, so everybody make sure you eat your hamburger and your hot dog for me. And have a good night, everybody.